Okay, guess we are live. Um, yeah, please let me know in the comments if you can hear me. Okay. Yeah. Once again, there's another rushed hangout. Uh, yeah, I had kind of a busy day, so I've been away for the most part. Didn't know if I'll actually even be able to make it for the hangout, but yeah, I guess I did. So, um, that's good. Uh, let me just make sure everything is good. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Milos. Nice to have you. Okay. Um, this week has been kind of interesting for me. Um, Lots of updates to the documentation mostly, and then some of the smaller modules. Little construction going on my neighbors. Yeah, hopefully that doesn't drown out me talking, but yeah, that's going on. Anyway, um, so as I mentioned, this one bug fix to Leaf itself, the Leaf router. Um, so the router, I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I sort of added the feature for you to add middleware, multiple middleware to this. But then that also allows you to um, reference multiple middleware on the same route when um, one middleware is not actually meant for that route. So there was a bit of a confusion there. So the fix for that was to sort of filter out um, all the middleware. So Leaf sort of filters out all the middleware before it actually runs them. So it does a little check to see if the route, if the middleware is meant for the particular route is going to call. Um, yeah. So that logic had a little gap in it, so I had to add a little bit more. Yeah. So you can kind of see that that's sort of like a hacky solution. Um, yeah, so that's what's going on. I pushed a fix for this, so hopefully that should no longer happen. Um, yeah, so that was just 3 days ago, and I think there was another bug fix for I think leaf cookies. Hi Roman, nice to have you. Sorry I've not been so active on Discord, especially today. It's been quite busy. Um, but yeah, we are here at the Hangouts. You can hit me up with all your questions and I'll do my best to answer them. Or if there's like any, actually, let me check on Discord. I noticed this just before the Hangout. Um, yeah, so you did mention Argon too. It's Argon is not. Uh, right. Yeah, I think I would have to push out a full fix for this. Ah, that's actually an interesting one. I didn't think anyone will have any issue like this, but yeah, I guess I'll have to push out a fix for this. So probably like right after the hangout. Um, yeah, Blade X components they are possible, but um, it's honestly a lot of work to set that up with Leaf. Because I think I explained. I don't know if did I actually explain this. I remember replying to a comment of yours about Blade, but I don't know if I actually sent the comment. Um, anyway, long story short, Laravel's Blade kind of uses the entire Laravel view illuminate, doesn't allow you to use some of the Laravel functions. So in order to use stuff like the X Blade components, you have to set all of that up from scratch. Kind of not from scratch, but you'd have to sort of um, account for all of the missing stuff, basically. So that's the problem. I did this a few weeks ago, though. I don't really know if I saved the code, but um, yeah, I think I should probably have the code, maybe. Um, yeah. So I was playing around with it a few weeks ago, and I actually did get to working, but then I had to do a lot of very annoying stuff to actually get to working. So that's the problem. Like this, like getting into the Blade compiler itself, and then registering whatever Blade components I wanted to use. So I had my components defined here. Wait, not here. I think yeah. Um, I think so. Yeah. Right. So these are the actual components, and then the templates. Um, yeah. So basically, it's actually possible, but then you have to deal with all of this. Basically, that's all I'm mentioning. Um, PHP 8.3 compiled without Ubuntu model. Yeah, I'd have to push out a fix for that. We'll probably think of something for that. Maybe I'll separate the Ubuntu and um, bcrypt modules. So if you don't have one installed, they won't throw an error. I think that's like the easiest solution for this. So I'm going to do something like that. But yeah, regarding Blade, this is what you would have to do to get to working, and it's a lot. It's actually a lot. I'll think of a way to maybe add this to Leaves Blade just to make it easier. But for now, if you want to set this up yourself, you would have to do this, and then you have to register every single Blade component you create down here. I don't think you would want to do any of this stuff because it's quite annoying to do. So yeah, so that's a yeah, maybe in a later version of Leaf Blade, I'll probably make this a lot easier to use. Um, yeah, I didn't really think of advanced Blade features earlier, which is why it's so messy right now. But then your regular Blade stuff should work. So I hope that answers the questions about Blade. I think you had a question about fragments, and it's pretty much the same situation with those stuff. Yeah. Okay. So that's about Blade. Okay. Um. Okay. Okay. I guess that should answer the Blade questions. I think CSR got a fix last week. I don't really remember what was changed. Yeah, there was a secret key error. I think it was for Leaf MVC. That was fixed last week, so no need to talk about that. But yeah, that was pretty much it for me. This week was just about fixes. Um, pick up this later. Yeah, and then updating the documentation. I pushed out a new contribution guide. The first one was scattered across a bunch of pages. So I just wanted to make it more compact. So if you want to contribute to Leaf, this is a really quick way to get you started. Leaf and other modules, or if you want to help write the documentation. Basically, yeah, that's everything you need to know before you jump into it. So this is much simpler. It's a more compact document. Yeah. So that's about that. There was a new PR on I think Leaf FS, if I'm right. Yeah, Leaf FS. So I guess there was file validation break-in somewhere. File extension validation. I think that was breaking a bit. Um, yeah. Okay. So, Sizimon, I guess. I hope I'm getting the pronunciation correct. But, Sizimon has been a big help over the past few days. Um, helping, yeah, put some things into perspective. But yeah, goodness. Wow. I guess. Uh, how do I always misplace tabs? Anyway, so there's a PR he sent in for the file validation fix. I was supposed to test it, but as I mentioned, I've been kind of caught up with so many things today. So um, I guess we can kind of do that on the stream. Right. That was relatively simple. Yeah, this is the file term, not the actual file name. Not sure. Um, okay, I thought this would be more complicated to fix, but that was actually um that was my fault. My fault actually. Um, yeah, I guess the only thing left to do is actually to fix these tests. The tests are breaking. I think it's a composer mismatch of something. So I guess that's the only thing left to do. Leave the test, composer, the JSON, and find anything that's a mismatch. Okay, let's read this. I think this is probably like the most annoying part of using Composer. Composer is really cool, but then when you have version mismatches, it just kind of throws like 1,000 errors at you. You have to sort of read through to find out what's actually going on. Um, right. So this says requires Alchemy 2.1, which is true. That's what I require here. Um, Leaf Alchemy 2.1 requires FS 2.0. Oh, that's like a circular dependency thing going on. What happened? Okay. Leaf FS to okay. Okay, this is kind of weird. Requires FS 2.0. How did we even end up with circular dependencies? That's quite interesting. So they're actually requiring each other. Wait, is that even necessary? How does FS? Oh, right, for running tests. Huh, interesting. This is kind of like the situation where C was built with assembly, and then you have like a whole kind of circular thing going on there. Anyway, so let's see how do I actually even resolve this? No idea. I'm able to install locally. Um, okay, let me just reset this. Um, and then leave install again, and hopefully that should get this working. Okay, so I'm able to install locally, but I'm not able to install when testing. Very interesting problem. Okay, I guess I'll figure this one out later. But yeah, this is a fix. This fix is fine. The test breaking is my fault. So okay. Thanks for the contribution, Sizimon. Um okay, on to the next one. Wait, the test actually running now. Anyway, Okay. So next issue. By the way, if you have any issues, now is like a pretty good time to bring them up. Um. Oh goodness. I had a fix for this. I had a fix for this quite recently. Um. Yeah. I'm going to push out a fix for this. I was testing something recently on, was it Leaf MV itself or MVC4? But yeah, I have a fix for this. I'm going to push that out. So yeah, you can look forward to that. It's not that big of a fix, so that shouldn't be a problem. Um okay, I think these are documentation fixes. I've pretty much done all of them. So um yeah, not much of an issue. Okay. Um yeah. Let me check if there are any other issues. I think there were a few of them, but yeah, I've actually not been able to check. I think this is something I created myself. No, this is from Docan. Um, we'll not tackle that right now. Let's see. Leave us two issues. Um, this is a feature request. Um, new 4J graph database. I actually have no idea what that is. Zero idea. I did a search for it and yeah, looked like a lot to read. I've never actually heard about this. I don't know if it's like a document database or an SQL database or something like that. Yeah, it looks like a document database. Yeah. I've actually never heard about it and I have no idea what an integration with it will even look like. Um, yeah. I don't know if you've checked if maybe they have a PHP client you could use. Because if they have a PHP client, then you can probably just install that and use that with Leaf. But Leaf doesn't really have any restrictions on what database you use, so that would probably be much better. Yeah, integrating that with migration seeders. I don't think that'll be possible anytime soon. So I'm going to move this to the feature request repo. But yeah, I don't think we're going to implement anything like this anytime soon. Feature request. There we go. Okay. Right. Now leave this one more. This is just awaiting feedback. I need to know if this was solved before the issue is closed. I can't close it without confirming. So, um, that's it for leave. Issues. No issues here. Next issue is HTTP. Yeah, no of this issue. I'll take a look at it. Um, FS has an issue. Yeah, we've already talked about that. Okay, scroll down. HTTP cookie. Right. So this issue, dollar cookie global, and a few other things. But yeah, PHP only updates the cookie values when you send the response. So if you make any change to your application, like your cookies, and you don't send the response, your cookie array is not really updated. So yeah, that's why this is not working. Um, yikes, that's loud. Okay, so that's the reason why there's not been updated. It's not really about leaf. It's just expected behavior really about it for that particular issue. Fetch leaf CLI. Is there any issue? Leaf serve watch. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I noticed this issue. And I kind of have a solution. I've just not really been able to implement it. Um, yeah, it basically just has to do with the file watching, and I have the perfect solution for that. I will look at this, but right now I think I have a lot to fix. Um, the PHP leaf command has a few things missing that I want to address. So that's part of the wait list, I guess. Let's see, enhance route. I think I fixed these ones, but then I didn't close them out before I archived the router. Um, if you missed it, Leaf router is now part of Leaf itself, so you don't have to Leaf install router or anything, unless you want to use it maybe in a different application or a different framework or something like that. You can do that if you want to. Q have not yet been able to finish testing it. And course has how the course have three issues. Oh, wait, haven't these all been fixed? Hmm. Yeah, I think this was fixed quite a while ago. I think this was I fixed this on like our second hangout or maybe the first. So yeah. So this has been fixed. I just probably never got back updated the issue, but these have been fixed. Um yeah, that's pretty much it for the issues. I don't know if you guys have any because I don't really see. Right. Yeah, there was this which we discussed on GitHub. Um yeah, we'll look at this at a later time. Yeah. Um yeah, that's pretty much been it for the week. Um yeah. I still have a bunch of documentation to write and a few tests I'm doing. And then the auth module too has a bit of an update coming up. The authorization permissions bit, which was partially implemented, by the way. Looking to finish that up within the next week or two. So yeah, soon Leaf will come with built-in authorization, which is pretty cool. That's something I see myself using a lot. Um, yeah, so I'm actually personally looking forward to this one. But yeah, hopefully within the next week or two, this should be in, I guess. Um, that's pretty much it for me, surprisingly. As I mentioned, everything this week was like mostly a fix or documentation, stuff like that. Um, okay, looks like there are not really any questions. Um, that's fast. Uh, that's actually really fast. I was looking to do a bit of live coding, but yeah, as I mentioned, I've been sort of like running around the whole day, so I wasn't really able to plan out anything. Yeah, so this is sort of sounding like a stand-up session for those of you who work with teams. This is like my weekly stand-up, and that's what Leaf has been this week. The next week, hopefully, we have authorization. Authorization is the one I'm really looking forward to. And then fixes with the PHP Leaf CLI. So people are still having issues with Tailwind, which is sort of weird because I recently set up Tailwind here. And I used the PHP Leaf, was it scaffold no, view install Tailwind. Yeah, this particular command, and it pretty much set up Tailwind for me. So I am surprised. I don't know if anyone has this issue, maybe like sending a full stack trace would help a lot because it's worked fine for me. And yeah, PHP leaf, you install Tailwind. It goes through, installs Tailwind itself, and then sets up the Tailwind files, everything you need to run Tailwind, post CSS, Tailwind, updates your vite config, and all of that. Yeah. So I am a bit surprised. Yeah, Tailwind CSS set up successfully. So I'm not really sure what issues people are having. This stuff is just me, by the way. I was messing around with this folder structure, so you won't have these issues. Yeah. So if you've run into Tailwind errors recently, maybe you could send me the full stack trace. That would help a lot because I've really not been able to replicate the Tailwind problem. Um, but yeah, that's it. So authorization and then fixes to the PHP leaf console. So that's allo. So when you type PHP leaf, this stuff that pops up. I have a few things to do here, like the mail setup command, and I guess a few of the few generator commands. They don't really have problems, but then I want to make a few updates to them. So DevTools install. I guess the database commands are fine. Yeah. So basically just a few updates here, and then authorization permissions for leaf auth. Um, leaf DB. Yeah. I don't know if I would actually get there. I don't know if I will actually get to leave DB, but I have a few things I would like to fix there as well. Not fix, but sort of update, get them working better. Um, yeah. So that's pretty much it. That's what you can expect in the next week. Um, within the next month, I guess the year ends, yeah, next month. So I guess within the next month, you can sort of expect something big, not really big, but quite big. I think I sort of started hinting at it. That's components to sort of make building your UIs easier because Leaf is going to provide literally everything you need on the back end, but then there's nothing about front end. So um, yeah, same here, same here. um, I'm actually really looking forward to the authorization part, but as I mentioned, it's something I'm going to be using a lot. Yeah, so as I was mentioning, yeah, Leaf is pretty much going to provide everything you need to do the usual stuff, database interactions, authentication, and all of that. That's pretty much it for the immediate future of things to implement. Um, yeah, so the plan is to just make Leaf um, simpler and easier to use. Yeah. So that's it. Don't forget to keep in touch on Twitter or Discord and send in your contributions if you can. We have a contribution page here. Yeah, so if you want to contribute to Leaf, you can over here. If you want to donate financially, you can go to the support page, and we have GitHub sponsors and an open collective. I'll be updating this soon, but if you want to contribute financially, you can just get support here, and this for anything code related. So whether you want to contribute to Leaf itself, documentation, all the instructions are here. So that's pretty much for it for me this week. Um, yeah, we'll have another hangout weekly. Maybe weekly was too frequent, but yeah, let's see what happens. Um, next week, Friday again at it's 5 p.m. for me. That's UTC or GMT, whichever. Yeah. So I'll catch you next week.